Hi. So, this is as random as it seems. I decided just now um, that I'm gonna add a section to the Creative Insider newsletter that is kind of like a video diary. I have been feeling very constipated and not in the like bowel movement sense, but like emotionally constipated, creatively constipated in a way. And part of me, because I was being a historically anxious, like overly anxious person, the way my anxiety used to manifest was like I just lose it. I am now medicated and have been through a decent amount of therapy. And so the way that it manifests now is a little differently. And so it's funny because I would tell people that though nothing in my life has gotten better or changed, like anything, a lot of things have gotten worse. A lot of things that were under control are now out of control. And somehow I still have been more at peace than I ever have been. And I was getting comfortable in that, I think. So everything that came to a head yesterday was unexpected because I thought, oh, it's just gonna like roll off of me like everything else has been lately. But it didn't. I had actually been trying to force myself to cry in the last few months because I was feeling so emotionally constipated. I know I should be having feelings, but they're in there somewhere, and I'm gonna implode if I don't figure out how to get them out, where to put them, or to even acknowledge what emotions were there. So I was at the point where I was like, damn, maybe my tear ducts don't even work anymore until yesterday. And it wasn't even anything that like anything crazy that happened. It was just kind of like, some of it is the consequences of my own actions, some of it was bad timing, some of it was just the state of the economy. But all of these emotions came running to me at once because my entire life, sorry about the spray paint can rolling around, don't ask, everything in my existence right now is unclear. I'm laughing because I know people say like control what you can control, whatever. Somebody please give me an outline of what's supposed to be in my control, because and the timing of it is like I can't even be too mad, I can't even be too angry, though I do have some of those feelings. This is what I believe in. God, I believe in one true holy God, and everything that I know about him says like whatever this is what it's supposed to be. And I have to let go of my need to control understanding. If my close friends would like say one thing about me, they would tell you that like I have this need to know. I need to know what is happening, what is going on. And not in the sense of like nosiness or like being in everybody's business, because they will also tell you that I live under a rock. I just need to know what's going on with me and my people and my situations, things that affect me directly. You can ask me right now who a rapper is or a celebrity or whoever, and I'm like, I've never heard of or seen this person in my life. You can ask me about a current event and I'm like, let me go look it up. So it's not like I need to know everything, I just need to know everything about my stuff. And the crazy thing about giving your life, or in my situation, giving my life back to God. Where am I going, y'all? I'm trying to go to Walmart. Giving my life back to God. I gave him my yes. I am surrendering and still trying to control stuff. Though I fully know, intellectually, I know I don't have control over anything right now. It's hard. I'm such a hard critic of myself, so I want to say I'm doing the best I can with what I have, but part of me is like, is always like, and probably hopefully God will deliver me for that, but I always feel like I could be doing more. I could be, even when I was in my master's program and had 3 jobs, a boyfriend, a social life, I still felt like I'm not doing enough. So I know that's always going to be, or that's always been a problem for me. to accept that maybe I am doing all that I can. I want to believe that I'm doing all that I can right now, everything that's within my power. I don't know. There's probably some small things that I could tweak or whatever and adjust, and I could ask for help and like all those types of things. But I really do feel like this time I've asked for help more in the last couple months than I ever have and hope to ever ask again from other humans. I'm trying to take that energy and put it into God where it's supposed to be, right? If he is the source, I need to be trusting him. And one thing that so without telling y'all too much of my business, the one thing that I realized yesterday, and I think what made me so emotional, was that I wish I had it in front of me, but I was either reading something or watching something, and they expressed that, I was watching a Darius Daniels sermon, and he was saying that sometimes, like, we can have faith in God, right, and know that God is the source. And God might say, and this was based on a specific Bible story. Was it Job? I'm gonna write it, but this is my brain dump right now. It was based on a specific Bible story, but it was about someone having faith in God, full faith, and God telling them, okay, well, I need you to go to the brook because the brook is gonna take care of you. It was something about them not having food or something, and they was like, okay, we'll go to the brook because the brook is what your blessing is. And then them getting to the brook and the brook drying up after a certain period of time or whatever, and he was like, well, you might be thinking, like, why would God tell him to go there to the brook and then the brook dry up? Because God was trying to redirect his faith, because there could be times like where we do exactly what God told us to do, and then we go to that place or that thing or get that whatever it was, and then we start putting our faith in that thing. This is a long way of me saying that I've always struggled with the thought of being an entrepreneur, the thought of being a business owner. I do on one hand feel like something in this is my purpose, but on the other hand, know that I don't know everything that I need to know, that I'm not a top-notch businesswoman. Will it take time to get there? Of course. And I've made a lot of growth and progression over the course of the last 15 years. But I got to a point where, things were looking good and things were looking up. Even moving to a new city and having new clients, I'm like, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I am good enough to do this. And then I start putting my faith in that, the business, the creativity, the recognition, all of that, and forgot about the source. Yesterday, my brook dried up, and I sat there and I'm like, now God, why would you let me get so excited about all that I'm building, or that all that I have been building actually starting to, let me say it like this. I looked in the mirror crying, and I like to imagine God is, Issa Rae would do like the stares in the mirror, and it's her talking back to her. So it's me talking back to me, but God standing behind me too, right? So whatever. But like, I'm like, now God, why would you let me plant this seed 15 years ago, be all stressed out for over a decade about this tree not grow, it's growing a little crooked, it got a little root rot, like, and then I even walked away from it a little bit, because what grandma used to say, a watch pot won't boil. So I even walked away from it for a little bit and came back and was like, is that a leaf? Is that a branch? What is going on? So now I'm sitting here watching this decade of something that I was ready to give up on starting to flourish, and then it started dying again. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And then I literally, as I let myself cry a little bit, got in the shower. I don't know. I'm either crying in the car or in the shower. I can't just sit in a room and cry. I have to be somewhere else, almost an enclosed space. So I let myself have my little moment or whatever, and then I pulled out my Bible and I turned on a sermon, and I'm like, okay, let's rework this thought process, because I knew where I was going. I knew how fast I would go downhill. I've been living with myself for 31 years. I know what triggers me. I know what anxiety looks like in me. I know what depression and like leading up to depression looks like. I know it way too well. And that message was like a slap in the face. It's part of Darius Daniels' God Didn't Say That series. I want to say it's part 7. My brook dried up because I was leaving God out of it. And I was saying I wasn't. I was trying not to. But what now? I don't know if the tree will start going back once I put God in it. I might have ruined the whole tree. Either way, I'm going back to God. I don't know what's next. And that's hard for me to admit. That's hard for me to deal with. But it is what it is.